So in my last video, I did a comparison with Rolex and AP, Audemars Piguet, trying to determine which one was a better watch brand. Now, some may think comparing Rolex to Audemars Piguet is kind of an unmatched battle. It's almost like comparing Rolls-Royce to Mercedes-Benz. But I believe it still was a good matchup. A lot of points were subjective to where you guys could have commented and give your opinion and said the reason why you believe that this brand is better than the other. So I do believe it was somewhat of a good competition. But today, I'm comparing Rolex to Omega, which I know you guys believe to be a better matchup. So today we're gonna go through a few points comparing these two watch brands based on investment, price, brand recognition, and accuracy, and maybe a few others. So guys, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into this video. The first topic I want to discuss is brand recognition. Rolex and Omega. They're two watch brands that are pretty well known, but I'm just gonna give you guys my opinion right now that I believe Rolex still is the #1 when it comes to brand recognition. But Omega is close behind, and for various reasons. I'm gonna mention 3 points. The Omega Moon Swatch. So I know a lot of you don't even think that the Moon Swatch is even a real watch. It's made out of plastic and it's just like a novelty fun timepiece. But yes, it does give the brand more recognition amongst the masses, especially globally. We all know the frantic lines that we had lined up at the swatch shop for this timepiece. So the Moon Swatch did give the brand a little bit more recognition. Next, we would have James Bond movies. I'm not too big on James Bond movies, but I know a lot of people are. And Omega Seamasters were worn in that movie. And I know a lot of people bought these timepieces because it was depicted in the James Bond movie. And my third point of how Omega gained more brand recognition is the Omega Speedmaster Professional, the Moon Watch, the real Moon Watch. With the history that comes behind that timepiece, a lot of people became fans, and it's one of those timepieces that a lot of collectors have. Even if they have 6-figure timepieces, they make sure that they have this Omega Speedmaster in their collection. So my point with stating these 3 points is saying that Omega is a great matchup, a great competitor when it comes to standing next to Rolex as being a brand that's recognizable. But at the end of the day, Rolex still wins because of all the models they have in their lineup. Through history, they have always been known and recognized for their design and for their functionality. Rolex is well known for designing the best tool watches, from the Explorer to the Submariner to the GMT to the Daytona. And the list could still go on. The Milgauss, I could continue. That Rolex, regardless of the model, is highly recognized. My second point will be accuracy. Now, this may be a trick question if someone asks you, which is more accurate between Rolex and Omega? The short answer to this question is that Omega is the most accurate timepiece. And the reason is because Omega still produces quartz timepieces. They produce automatic and quartz. Now, Rolex, on the other hand, produces only automatic watches today. Rolex did produce some quartz timepieces back in the day. We would consider those the vintage timepieces. 2 of those quartz timepieces that Rolex manufactured back in the day are the Rolex Datejust Oyster Quartz and the Rolex Day-Date Oyster Quartz. 2 beautiful timepieces that if I could come across one of them at a great price, I would pick it up. I do love the design. It almost gives you a hint of AP, especially with the bracelet integration. If you guys get to see one in person, take a look at it close up and you guys would fall in love. So a watch being quartz automatically gives it a win when it comes to accuracy against an automatic mechanical timepiece. So in the category of accuracy, Omega wins. Now my last 2 points, I'm gonna put them together when it comes to price and investment value, all that wrapped up into one. When it comes to an entry point into these 2 watch brands, they're close. They're not too far off. So anyone with a stable, decent income could pick up any one of these timepieces at their entry level point, whether it's Rolex or Omega. But when it comes to an investment angle, I believe Rolex still wins. Now today, you can't walk into an AD and pick up just any timepiece and be sure to walk out and the price that you could sell it at is, let's say, 5, 10, 50% more than what you paid for it. Those days are over. That was maybe 3, 4 years ago. Today, you have to pick and choose which one you would pick up at the AD to walk out and maybe be able to sell it for 5, 10% profit. Omega, on the other hand, it's a little bit more tricky. There's maybe 1 or 2 pieces I could think of that you could walk into Omega, purchase it, and walk out and be able to sell it at a profit. So when it comes to an investment aspect, Rolex wins hands down. from a Rolex Daytona, a Submariner, a GMT, I know for a fact you could walk into the Rolex AD, purchase that timepiece, and automatic the price will go up. But Omega, yes, there's the vintage side of things, but in this video, I'm not really focusing too much on vintage. I'm really just comparing the modern timepieces, and Omega loses for sure. Most Omega timepieces you pick up, whether it's a Seamaster, some of the Speedmasters, the Constellations, once you buy it from an AD, you will walk out and maybe lose a 5% on it. My last point, we'll be looking at both companies as a whole. One is independent and one is owned under a group. Some may look at independent watch brands as better, as superior than watches owned under a group, which Omega is owned under the Swatch watch group. So this is a point where, again, it's subjective. For me, of course, I would definitely want to own a watch that's independently owned under that brand. But some may say, hey, it doesn't matter. That doesn't really make a difference. So they're probably just the same in their mind. But guys, Rolex win for me in this category. So it's been a landslide. Rolex, 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 Rolex. But that doesn't say that Omega is not a great watch brand. I've owned Omega timepieces from the Constellation to the Seamaster, and I've enjoyed them. So I want you guys to comment down below your opinion on these two watch brands, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. Again, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for the next video.